Tensions are rising. Missiles are flying. And the world watches, holding its breath. A full-scale war between Iran and Israel is no longer a distant threat. It's a looming reality. And while the battle may erupt in West Asia, India thousands of miles away will feel the shockwaves in every corner of its economy. India and Iran share deep economic and cultural ties. In 2022-23, bilateral trade stood at $2.33 billion, a 21% increase from the previous year. India exports basmati rice, tea, pharmaceuticals, sugar, and fruits. Iran, in return, exports methanol, propane, bitumen, and dry fruits. Iran is among the top buyers of Indian basmati rice, accounting for nearly one-third of our exports in that category. Then, there's Chabahar Port, India's strategic gateway to Afghanistan and Central Asia, a pillar of our West Asia policy. But what if war breaks out? Let's break down the implications for India. Crude oil crisis. Over 60% of our crude oil comes from the Middle East. If the Strait of Hormuz, a vital oil shipping lane, becomes a battlefield, oil prices could spike beyond $120 a barrel. The impact: petrol and diesel prices at record highs, rising transport costs, inflation across essentials, pressure on India's forex reserves, disruption of trade routes. The Persian Gulf is our lifeline for imports and exports. A naval conflict here could lead to shipping delays, soaring freight costs, and insurance hikes. The fallout? Fall in exports like basmati rice, pharma, and tea. Shortage of imported chemicals and fertilizers. Threat to Indian diaspora. Nearly 9 million Indians work across the Gulf. A war could trigger mass evacuations like we saw in Iraq, Libya, and Yemen. The consequences? Over $80 billion in annual remittances at risk. Families back home, especially in Kerala, UP, and Bihar, is hard. Burden on the Indian government for evacuation and rehab. Strategic blow: Chabahar Port. India has invested nearly $85 million in Chabahar. A war would jeopardize this critical trade route and weaken our influence in Central Asia. It could also derail the INSTC corridor and hand over the advantage to China and Pakistan. Diplomatic dilemma. India walks a tightrope. We have deep defense ties with Israel and strategic interests with Iran. A war would test our diplomacy like never before. Alienating either side could hurt India, domestically, internationally, and politically. Defense procurement challenges. India sources cutting-edge weapons from Israel: drones, missiles, radars. A prolonged conflict could disrupt delivery and training schedules. And the bigger picture: rupee could weaken under pressure. Stock markets may tumble. Inflation could rise. And India's current account deficit might widen. In the worst-case scenario, we may need to tap into our oil reserves, offer fuel subsidies, and announce emergency economic relief. So, what should India do? Diversify oil imports from Russia, Latin America, and beyond. Boost strategic crude reserves. Prepare evacuation protocols for Indians in the Gulf. Secure Chabahar and build alternate trade routes. And above all, maintain neutrality while pushing for peace. A war between Iran and Israel won't stop at their borders. Its impact will ripple through India, from petrol pumps in Bengaluru, to farmlands in Punjab, to ports in Gujarat, to factories in Tamil Nadu. Preparedness, diplomacy, and swift action will be India's strongest weapons in this battle of the battlefield. This is Insightrush. Stay informed, stay prepared.